Good morning. I'd like to talk to you guys today about why we're building the world's most accessible EV. Fundamentally, we should talk about why scooters first. We've seen a few scooters on stage today, and I think it's important to analyze how we all got here and how people move around cities in general. Unfortunately, although cycling is a great opportunity, and we actually also have cyclists in our company, most people don't sweat to get to work. Now, the concept of splitting people's trips into passive and active isn't really new, but it's very important that we distinguish that scooters represent the deep blue sea of that opportunity. So obviously the news is in. We all know that in the last 5 years, over 100 million people have ridden an electric scooter, and now millions more are buying their own. But problems still remain with ownership. The legacy ownership players are pretty much focused on a ship and forget model, where the products were only designed to go one way down an assembly line, and beyond that, there was nothing else. There's also an intent on creating scooters into a bit of a power sport industry. We don't really see things quite the same way. Fundamentally, we believe ownership has 4 main requirements. It needs to be road safe, because safety is the #1 barrier to electric scooter ownership adoption. It needs to be portable, because when it's your own, you need to be able to take it with you inside and store it comfortably. It needs to be, more than anything, desirable. Now, recently, Electric Scooter Guide did an in-depth review of our product, and this quote really sums up the magic trick that we've achieved with our design. But more on that later. So, fundamentally, when people are asked about an electric scooter, the first things that come to their mind are dockless rental. And it shouldn't be that way. But we can kind of understand. We think that there's a huge opportunity to try and help out and say, what can we do to help show people what owning an electric scooter is like? Because it's the knowledge gap that is really a big part of their misunderstandings. So I'd like to introduce to you Taylor. Now, Taylor is going to explain to you all the things you'd like to know about an electric scooter in your own time, at your own pace. So we're going to send him on a quick ride. Now, the fundamental of Taur's design that everything is built around is our foot platforms. They allow the rider to have a forward-facing stance, increase stability, they allow the vehicle to be more compact, and all of our fundamentals revolve around this point. We also have a lot of lighting. We have a wraparound front light for visibility, a brake light, and a rear projection light that shines light up onto the rider's back to make them more visible from a driver's perspective. But it's not all about when you're riding. Fundamentally, as an electric scooter, you have a responsibility to make something that does a little bit more than just rides. Now, the way we saw this is that a scooter obviously needs to fold, but you have many places that you go, whether that's home, whether that's work, that you need to be able to store safely inside. This is our solution for creating what we think is the smallest footprint of any electric vehicle ever. You can check this out on your own time on our website, and it's also available on mobile. So whenever you got a chance, please go on taur.com and check that out. But let's get back to the business. Obviously, we're focused on more than A to B. We have aftercare services whereby this scooter was designed inherently from the beginning to be serviced by any bike shop in the world. We recently got in a partnership with a nationwide mobile bike repair company, which will be able to service customers in the field. As far as digital services go, we'll be rolling out a number of features, including tracking and mobilization, third-party API integrations, on top of our already existing mobile app. And in terms of full integration, I think it's important to realize that the scooter, as you see it, isn't all we do. We do our own hardware, we do our own firmware. All of the software that goes from controlling the vehicle all the way up to the cloud was designed in-house by our team. Big news, and some of you have known us for some time. We're now shipping. Pretty soon after this event, we'll be on a flight back to our HQ to help out the rest of the team at the production line. So it's definitely an exciting time for us. We'll also be launching a demo program in LA at a few locations. So if that happens to be your home city, please come check us out. In terms of commercial traction, we're doing roughly $10,000 to $20,000 per week. That's completely organic, all word of mouth. We have no active campaigns running. We're expecting a lifetime value of $2,250 per customer. And we're projecting profitability in 2 years. We're raising investment to support our small, highly efficient team to scale up. That's a Series A, and we're definitely looking for anyone who's interested in speaking to us on that. We feel that the market demand is there and that the scooter industry is reaching its mainstream moments, its inflection point, and that we have the product and the team to be able to capture that demand. Last but not least, I'd like to invite any of you and all of you to come by our booth, which is just over there. We're doing test rides, so if you wanted to try out the vehicle, judges included, obviously, you can scan the QR code or just come and see us. Thanks for your time.
Hi.
Hi.
I had the pleasure to ride yesterday, but I want to ask, maybe in this forum, who is your end customer? Because I can't lift it, and I can't carry anything.
Okay. So I think I can address this in a few ways. I would say in our category, it is definitely a problem that a lot of the products have not been targeted towards people who have less strength or that aspect of the market. I think that's kind of symptomatic of early adoption, but it's not something that we've ignored. We've really focused on portability from an aspect of you rolling it with you, being able to store it easily. Most electric scooters, people actually do roll inside with them, and that doesn't completely solve your problem, but I do actually think that compared to like an e-bike, for example, you're looking at considerably more portability from that aspect. Our customers in general, 4 out of 5 of them have never owned an electric scooter before. Like I said, we're definitely addressing the deep blue sea. We see that as proving that we're not selling to the existing market. We're selling to the people who are going to have electric scooters in their homes across countries around the world.
What kind of feedback are you getting from riders on the forward-facing foot, effectively requirement?
Yeah, so it's absolutely a unique thing. We're pretty much the only people who've gone in that direction. We started from a perspective that every vehicle, that is mainstream, that is the riding position which you take. We've definitely converted a lot of people. So there's a lot of pre-existing notions about what it's like. Come and try it. I could sell it all day, but I think you should try it because I fully believe in. We've had so many people who've come and then tried it and look at our reviews and they'll say, this rides like nothing else. So please do.
How did you run the development process to decide what to include? Did you do customer interviews, etc.? What does that feedback look like, and how does it look going forward?
Yeah, so the customer development process, funny enough, started with quite a small focus group of women, actually, who actually informed me that the way that scooters were designed wasn't helping them understand how to use the vehicle. From that, we iterated on the mechanical design, but a lot of the things we focused on were the problems, the core problems electric scooters are not solving right now. That's everything from technological problems to usability problems, storage problems. In the long run, we see the culture and the brand being a huge element of what we want to do. It's not all about product. It's also about trying to create an aspirational image of what scooters are like. But there are so many prerequisites to solve within this industry that we feel are unaddressed that we're starting there.